Good morning everyone, it's Kirsty here from My Little Allotment and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today you're joining me as I'm going to be planting my potatoes. Now I've decided that this year I'm going to be planting some of my potatoes in pots. Now I have these awesome 20-litre pots that came off some fruit bushes that I had. And I thought, you know what, these would be great for growing some potatoes in. Now I usually grow my potatoes in the ground, in the beds on my allotment, and I'm still going to do that for some of the varieties that I've got. But I thought for some of the smaller varieties like my Charlotte potatoes, which are my salad new potatoes, I'm going to use the pots to grow them in. So I have left my potatoes for the past month or so chitting. And if you don't know what chitting is, it's this little bit here, this sprout on the top. So you can just leave them in a cool, dry place to do that. So they're all ready to be planted. You can just plant seed potatoes without letting them chit. This just gives them a little bit of a head start. So I've never grown potatoes in containers. I'm quite excited to do it actually. I've seen lots of people on social media growing their potatoes in containers, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. So what you're going to need are some big containers. I think probably 20 litres is big enough. You're obviously going to need your potatoes. Now I have been chitting my potatoes in some egg boxes, and I've just got the labels on there to remind me which ones are which. And then you're obviously going to need your compost. Now I grow everything peat free, and obviously next year in 2024 everyone's going peat free. So it's a good year to start growing peat free if you don't already, just to learn how peat free compost works. It is slightly different to obviously peat compost, the way things grow, the way you look after plants, how much moisture it holds in the soil. You know, it is very different. So it's a good idea to start using peat free compost this year so you're ready for your gardening journey next year. So I'm using some fruit and veg compost. This is the Rocket Grow peat free compost. So I'm going to be using this to plant my potatoes. So I'm just going to get the bag open. Oh, it smells delightful. Right, I'm just going to move forward a little bit. So what I'm going to do is start by filling up some of the pot, probably a good sort of 2 to 3 inches at the bottom. So I'm just thinking how to do this so you can see it best. Okay, now as you can see, the peat free compost has a lovely consistency. It smells amazing. So the thing with peat free compost is you might find that it does naturally have a few more sort of lumps in it, so I just give it just a little, I don't even know what you call that, just a little rub with my hands as it goes in, just to break up any bigger parts. It happens in a lot of peat free compost. You might find that they have a lot of wood and stuff in them. I use Rocket Grow and I have been for over a year now. I was an ambassador for their compost and it is incredible. I've had really good results with it, and actually it rarely has big lumps in it, which is really, really nice. So anyway, let me get this bit filled up. Now today I'm on my allotment and I've got a whole day off, no work, which is such a nice feeling. So I'll just let you know what I'm up to. So I'm going to be planting my potatoes in containers. I am going to be putting a few potatoes in the ground, and then I'm tackling not these 2 greenhouses behind me, that's on the plot behind me, but my greenhouse is just there. And I think I've mentioned in many of my videos that it's a mess, it really needs a clean. So I'm going to be cleaning it today. So I'll make sure I do a little video showing you what I'm up to and the before and after of that. And then I'm going to do some light weeding. The bindweed is taking over again, so is the ground elder, so I'm going to focus on trying to sort that out. Anyway, so I've popped some compost in the bottom, so it's about here on the pot. And then what I'm going to do is I am then going to add my potatoes now, and I'm just going to then add a little bit more soil onto the top, with the idea that once the potatoes start sprouting through, just like you would do probably in your planted in the ground potatoes, once they start sprouting through, you mound it up. So then what I'll do is add a little bit more compost and mound up once the sprouts are through the top, and mound up and fill the pots a bit more. And hopefully in, you know, a few months time we'll have some wonderful potatoes. So as I say, this variety is Charlotte. I'm probably going to add 3 potatoes per pot. So realistically, when you get your 1 kilogram bag, that's enough to fill like 3 or 4 pots really, so you don't need a lot. I have quite a lot of different potato varieties to try this year, and actually don't really have the space for them all. I got a bit excited when I ordered them. So I think what I'm going to do is pick a couple of varieties that I haven't tried before and pop them in the ground. Then I'm going to have like my smaller variety potatoes in the containers. So I'm going to pop 3 of those in with the chits facing up. So I'm going to put sort of like 2 larger potatoes and then a smaller one. So this is what it looks like, as you can see. And then what I'm going to do is just put a bit of compost on the top. Now you can obviously use bought compost, you can use the compost that you make yourselves, whatever you have available, soil, whatever. But anyway, I'm going to be using some bought compost because I don't have enough of the homemade compost yet to quite fill my pots. I've used it elsewhere on the plot. Okay, so now I think that's enough, and then like I said, I'm going to then look at topping the pots up with more compost when they're sprouting, and that's when I'll sort of mound them up. So mucky hands. So now you can see the potatoes are covered. I've got sort of like a hand's depth from the top, so to about here. So we're sort of like halfway full. Now that's it really. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put these in a sunny position. Now here is a raised bed, and that's got my garlic in it, and I've got this space. I don't know if you can see, but I've put some fresh wood chip down here just to brighten this bit up. There was a lot of weeds growing, so I've pulled those out, and I've put some fresh wood chip because it was getting quite low. So I think I'm going to put my potatoes in this area. Realistically, in this area I'd like a new raised bed, but I can't afford one and at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my potato pots here. So I'm going to get these all planted up, pop them in position, I'm going to give them a water, and hopefully I can let you know next when I'm doing one of my YouTube videos. I can let you know if they've sprouted and how they're getting on, and then hopefully in a few months you'll be able to harvest them with me out of the tubs, which is very exciting. I love trying to do like new things or different things every year. Just keeps it really fun. But that's it really. It's such a lovely day, and I'm really glad because recently I've been getting down here and it's been so windy and so miserable. It's just been making it not very nice. But oh, and as I said that, the sun is coming out to shine even more. So what I'm going to do, oh, I've got something in my mouth, I can't I can't get it out. What I'm going to do is put these in positions, give them a water, and I'll let you know how I get on. But I hope you're enjoying my YouTube channel, and if you want to, please subscribe, because I really appreciate everyone subscribing and liking and commenting on my videos. It means so much, and I'm really enjoying pushing my boundaries a little bit and making these sort of different videos for YouTube. And hopefully from now on, now I'm at work much less, and actually I am leaving my job in 2 weeks time, which is such a nice feeling, and it means that I'm going to be here more, bringing you more content and more videos. So please let me know what you'd like to see. Anyway, happy growing, happy gardening, and I'll catch you later on in the week.